So you're dreaming of a wedding in Hawaii. I mean, who isn't? You're picturing the white sand, the blue ocean. It's the perfect backdrop. But then that little bit of reality starts to creep in, right? Planning a wedding from thousands of miles away can feel, well, just incredibly overwhelming. Because that's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually get that picture-perfect wedding in paradise without all the stress and the logistical headaches that come with it? How do you make sure it's more about the I do and less about the to-do list? You're probably imagining something exactly like this, just beautiful, totally serene, and focused completely on you and your partner. Well, I've got some good news for you. This level of calm, it's not just a dream. It is completely 100% achievable when you have the right person on the ground guiding you. And that's what we're going to break down today. So let's talk about that guide. When you look at who's making these dream weddings happen, one name just keeps popping up over and over again in reviews as the absolute key to a stress-free Oahu wedding: Reverend James Chun. And the very first thing you notice is his experience. We're not talking about someone who's just been doing this for a few years. Reverend Chun has been a central figure in the Hawaii wedding scene for over 20 years. He's officiated thousands of ceremonies. That's a level of deep, practical expertise you just can't fake. And what's really interesting is where he comes from. His background is so unique. Before he was an officiant, he spent more than 15 years as a wedding videographer. So he gets the timing, the flow, the visuals. He knows what it takes to make a ceremony look beautiful from behind the camera. Plus, he's been an actor on shows like Hawaii Five-0, so he's totally poised and confident in front of a crowd. It's this wild combination that makes him a past board member of the Oahu Wedding Association and, no surprise, a nominee for Officiant of the Year. Okay, but you don't have to just take my word for it. Honestly, the most powerful proof always comes from the couples themselves, right? So let's actually dig into what people who have worked with him have to say about the experience. Check out this review from Kristen S. on Yelp. Get this. She and her husband decided to get married with just days' notice. Days. And she says that James not only handled everything with total professionalism, but he, and I quote, truly found the words to capture our love and curated a ceremony that was truly us. That ability to create something so personal on such a tight deadline, that's a theme you see again and again. And that sense of reassurance just shines through in Patricia S.'s review. She talks about how he helped them feel at ease during the rehearsal, giving them these little discreet cues so everyone knew what they were doing. You know, it's that calming presence that can make all the difference between feeling stressed and feeling present on your actual wedding day. And I love this one. It just perfectly shows his knack for handling the unexpected. Edric G. talks about a spur-of-the-moment decision to elope. He literally calls Reverend James Chun a rescue and says he made the whole process unbelievably simple for a couple planning from the mainland. His final word is pretty clear. We highly recommend Hawaii Wedding Studio if you are in need of a wedding officiant. And when you zoom out and look at the big picture, the feedback is just, well, it's overwhelmingly positive. A 4.9 out of 5-star rating across dozens and dozens of reviews on a site like Yelp, that says it all. That's not a fluke. That shows a consistent pattern of excellence and a lot of very, very happy couples. Okay, so we've got the trust factor and the quality of the ceremony locked down. But what about all the nitty-gritty stuff, the logistics? Because this is where the real stress of a destination wedding usually hides. And this, right here, is a huge one: beach permits. If you want to get married on any state beach or park on Oahu, you legally need a permit and liability insurance. And trust me, it can be a really confusing process to navigate on your own. But with Hawaii Wedding Studio, it's this simple. You pick your dream beach. They go and secure all the required state permits and insurance. And then you just arrive and enjoy a perfectly legal, totally stress-free ceremony. It's that easy.
They also make the pricing completely transparent with these all-inclusive packages. You can just look at this table and see your options so clearly. The Mango package, for example, at $449, covers the ceremony and all those necessary permits. Or you can step it up to the Pineapple package, which adds in things like professional photography and even in-room hair and makeup for the bride. The big takeaway here is clarity. There are no hidden fees. You know exactly what you're paying for. Now, a wedding in Hawaii can be so much more than just a ceremony in a pretty place. It can be a really rich cultural experience. And this is another area where having a true local expert just changes everything.
Every wedding has these powerful symbolic moments. We all know the ring exchange, right? It's that universal sign of commitment. But in Hawaii, you have the chance to incorporate traditions like the beautiful Lei Exchange, which adds this whole other layer of uniquely local meaning.
Let's just focus on that lei exchange for a second. It's so much more than just handing over some flowers. In Hawaiian culture, the leis are a physical symbol of your love, your respect, and that spiritual bond of two separate lives joining together as one. Having a tradition like this, guided by someone who truly understands its deep significance, it just elevates the entire ceremony.
And you have even more options to make it your own. You can include a unity sand ceremony. I mean, how perfect is that for a beach wedding? Or a traditional Hawaiian ring blessing, which uses elements like tea leaf and koa wood to symbolize prosperity and strength. You can even have the pu, the conch shell, blown to announce your first kiss as a married couple. It's all about making the ceremony authentically yours. So, after looking at all of this, the deep experience, the glowing reviews, the seamless logistics, and that authentic cultural heart, how do you actually start your own wedding story? Well, the takeaway seems pretty simple, doesn't it? If what you're looking for is an Oahu wedding experience that is genuinely stress-free, led by a trusted expert, and can be infused with authentic Hawaiian beauty, all the evidence points directly to Reverend James Chun and Hawaii Wedding Studio. So if that sounds like what you're dreaming of, your next step is easy. Head over to hawaiiweddingminister.com. And for some absolutely gorgeous visual inspiration, make sure you follow at Oahu Minister on Instagram. It really is the most direct path to making that dream wedding your reality.